Hi, welcome back. Ted McClyman here, author of the book Discover Your Money Temperament. Uh, Next few minutes, I'm going to go over chapter one. And in chapter one, I introduce the concept that, well, it's called crazy money, stupid money. I think it says it all. We've all done stupid things with money. And just to read out of here, has this ever happened to you? Things are going great, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you realize you run out of money before you've run out of month. Boy, that happens to millions and millions of people. And in the last few events, I think it's come to a real realization for a lot of families that they are really not managing their money well. They don't have emergency funds, things happen, and things do happen all the time. Well, the other thing you need to realize that as we're humans, we're not real good at setting priorities. We tend to be very short-sighted in the way we look at our money. Planning for a lot of people is what I'm going to do on Friday. Well, priorities often need to be adjusted. And sometimes we do make crazy and stupid decisions with our money. And unfortunately, when that money's gone, it's gone. And there's very little an opportunity for a do-over. So what I'm really talking about is everybody has a story with money, a crazy story. You know, the first major expense you made, the first purchase you made, you got all excited. It was emotional. You were proud of that car. Where is it now? We've all bought something that we needed to have at the moment. But when you got it home, it just didn't seem or feel that good. You know, it's kind of looking at Christmas lights in July. You know, it looks great in December, but it doesn't look nearly as good in the summer. It's the same thing with a lot of our money purchases. And a lot of it is just the way we're wired. We're human. And we're going to always do human things with money. And that's the gist of the book. We have to start realizing that we are human beings first. We will always default to our nature, our animal spirit, our animal instincts. And that will always trump just about everything we ever do. So to begin with, we're human. And most of us really do not understand how our money choices are made. What's going inside our bodies? What's going inside our brain when we decide to spend money? You have a unique money temperament. Your unique money temperament is a composite of a number of things. It's your biology, how you as a human are wired, how your emotions work, how they interact in your brain, the impact of these very, very insidious chemicals in our body called dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin that make us do crazy things. But back in our evolutionary our history, our brain was designed to keep us alive in the forest, that allow us to cross the savannah and look for something to eat without being eaten in the process. Well, that lineage, our evolutionary history is still with us today. And our brains were designed to keep us alive and pass on the genes, but not necessarily successfully navigate the mall or Amazon. And that's what fundamentally is getting us into problems. We believe that the common wisdom about money that we're told by all the professionals that we learned in school, we believe that we're rational with our money, that we're able to step out of our bodies, if you will, and take a look around and make a rational decision given the facts and always do the right thing. That's the basis of Western economics, the rational man concept. But how's that working out? If that were true, if the conventional wisdom of money were about rational decision making, cost benefit analysis in our head, then nobody would have to worry about doing a retirement plan because it would the financial industry would not exist because there wouldn't be a need for financial professionals. Everybody would do this intuitively. You would always make the right decision to buy the right car for the right reason and the right clothes for the right reason. You'd always have that 10% going one place where it needs to be. You'd have the 3 months set aside for emergency savings. How is that working out? Do you really do that? No, because we're human. And fundamentally, the other thing you've got to keep in mind is the basic rules of money have changed over the last few years. What worked just a few years ago is not working today. Most of our school system is set up to provide you an opportunity to learn a skill set, not necessarily a skill set, but to learn some information that will make you a good employee someplace. In my opinion, the school system is basically still a post World War II model where you were being trained to go in to be a good employee someplace. And in the process of doing that, you're going to be able to either have a command of an information or a skill set and whatever. That worked back then, but today it's a little bit different. The rules have changed. What worked before may not work today. Today, everybody is effectively self-employed. And I'm going to talk about that in depth later in one of the other chapters, but you've got to have a different mindset. If you have the same mindset as your parents and grandparents, you're not going to make it. You've got to change. So the good portion of this book is nothing more to help you understand that you're really not that good with money, that money is emotional, and that you need to have some tools and techniques to understand who you are and how you work with money. And in so doing, you're going to make better choices. Then, once you understand your temperament, then go out and buy the technical books to teach you how to do such exciting things like, do your taxes and invest and take apart an annuity and all of that. One other point that's in chapter 1 that's really important. The traditional approach to money has always been time, money, rate of return. And that's universal. You've got to have time, you've got to have money, you've got to have a reasonable rate of return. But the denominator, the most important variable, is behavior. If you understand your behavior, then you understand your relationship with time, your relationship with money, and you understand that rate of return is a function of where you put your money, and you have no control over that. Behavior is the key. If you're going to learn how to control anything in your money, it's manage your behavior. Understand your money temperament, manage your behavior. That's the key. Now, what's fun about this book, which I did purposefully, was I wanted to put it in real world terms. This whole thing is about real decision making in the real world by real people. It's not theoretical. So what I did was throughout the entire book, I set it up as kind of a journey back and forth to the mall or any big box sales situation, or even working online and buying on any one of the sites that are designed to help you spend money. So what we need to keep in mind as we're going through the book, and this is something I think is important for you to keep up, is number one, success with money is between the ears. It really is. Let me say that again. Success with money is between the ears. Know yourself first to better manage your money. The future is managing your behavior, not money, products, and services. In the end of the day, you will be held accountable for all your money behavior. Good money outcomes require good money behavior, and money behavior system, which I'm going to introduce later, is a way for you to get your head around the whole thing. So, number one, chapter 1 is about you getting your head around the fact that as an individual, you are not necessarily very good with money. You have made mistakes. Let me give you a quick example. Have you ever been with a friend and they say they've got to drop off at the store to pick something up, and you have no intention of going to the store that day? You had no intention of spending any money. You go in with them. They're purchasing something. Let's say it's a clothing store. They had to pick up something for work or whatever. And you go in and you start looking around, and the first thing you're hit with is there's a sale, and your feeling brain lights up, and you go a little deeper into the store and you see this stuff and it looks good and it smells good, and you pick it up and it feels good, and you see the picture on the wall of this beautiful person who incidentally doesn't exist, and immediately your unconscious feeling brain puts you in that picture, and all of a sudden you have to have that thing in your hand, and before you know it, you're shopping like mad, and you've bought things you didn't intend to buy with money you may not have for whatever reason. That is you on money. And that's what this book is about, to help you understand how that works and to help you make better choices. Come back in a couple minutes, chapter 2.